There's something I've realized lately, and I think a lot of us are quietly suffocating under it. Hi, my name is Treasure. I'm a writer and an artist, and on this channel, I document my journey back to myself, and I hope to inspire you to build a life that feels like yours. It feels like everything we do has to be profitable. Every hobby, every interest, every new curiosity. There's always someone asking, so how are you going to make money from that? And let me be clear from the start, making money is not the problem. We need it to live. We deserve stability, comfort, and safety. The problem begins when everything gets filtered through profit, when joy becomes strategy, when curiosity becomes content, when peace becomes productivity. So recently, I told someone I started my career in massage therapy, and before they asked how it felt or why I decided to make this change in my career, the first thing they said was, "Oh, that's amazing. So now you can, start training people and start your business and, you can make money from this." And I remember thinking, why is monetization our default reaction? Why can't something exist simply because it feels meaningful? Because it brings peace and because it reconnects us with ourselves. One of my favorite quotes by Alan Watts says, "Forget the money, because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you'll spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living. That is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid. Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way." We live in a world where creativity is measured in numbers, followers, engagement, income, and potential. Everything becomes a business plan before it even becomes a joy. We've forgotten that hobbies used to be places to breathe. And there's real research behind this. A well known meta analysis found that when people are externally rewarded for something they originally enjoyed, their internal motivation decreases. They enjoy it less, their creativity drops, and their well being declines. It's called the overjustification effect, and it explains why turning everything into a hustle slowly kills the spark. Because profit is not the enemy, the obsession with profit is. The belief that rest is wasted, that joy needs justification, that if something doesn't make money, it isn't serious or valuable. The things we do for no reason often heals us the most. The small joys that don't scale, the quiet passions that don't impress anyone, the interests that don't need to become a brand. And sometimes those things are what keeps us human. Because when everything turns into a hustle, life becomes a performance. And envy grows, not because you want someone else's life, but because you feel guilty for simply being alive. So if you're doing something right now just because it brings you joy, that is valid. If you're learning quietly, slowly, and privately, that is enough. Making money isn't wrong, but when profit becomes our personality, we lose the softness, curiosity, and creativity that makes life worth living. Do things because they make you feel alive and not only because they make you money. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.